Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our kind of our Bible teaching snippet. Today I'm not really going to do a huge teaching, okay? What I want to do is pick up from yesterday a little bit. I talked about people taking the Daniel challenge, okay? And this is just going meatless. Don't eat animal meat. Don't drink milk. Eat cheese or eggs. Get all of the animal products out of your diet for about 10 days and let your body talk to you about how it's responding to that. I'm telling you, you've got nothing to lose, right? You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. If you've got a lot of inflammation, a lot of joint pain, many times arthritis and things like that, sinus problems, breathing problems, many times it's the dairy and the cheese and the eggs and stuff like that, okay? The meat eating is what causes the heart disease, the diabetes. These are the long-term effects of meat eating, okay? But many times the sinuses, the skin issues, arthritis, and different things like that, autoimmune diseases, that's caused more from the animal byproducts, milk, eggs, cheese, those type of things, okay? So what I'm telling you here is you have nothing, absolutely nothing to lose by trying the Daniel challenge for 10 days, and you have everything to gain because it could teach you some things about your body that you never understood, right? So please hear me, okay? I want every single person to be healthy and whole. There's no reason for us to be sick. There is no reason for us to be on 10 or 12 medications. Or, look, I told my friend today, she came to visit, and we just have a big time. And I'm like going, there's no need in us trying to trump each other to see who can make it into the world's book of records, the Genesis book of records, of who can take the most drugs before they die, okay? We don't have to do that, guys, okay? We can actually eat what God told us to eat in Genesis 1:29 and not be sick. Just not be sick. You can choose life. You eat plants because they're living. They have life within them. And when you eat animals, you're putting death into your body, okay? You're eating a dead thing, which brings death. But if you're eating vegetables and fruits and healthy things, you're picking those off the vine and you're eating things that have life in them, sunlight, life, okay? That's a deeper teaching. I'm not going to go there today because I want to keep it light and fun, okay? So what I really want for everyone, guys, is to be healthy and whole. What I have learned from the 9 or 10 years that I've been going around teaching and preaching healing, I can stay stuck having people chase God for Him to heal them. And if we can get enough faith, or if we can just speak it enough, or we can do this, or we can do that, and I can spend the next 20 years of my life teaching healing ministry of go and lay hands on people, speak it, and you'll receive it, and we just keep on and on and on. And all of that has truth to it. I've done it for 10 years. What if there's a higher truth of you don't have to be sick? Wouldn't that even be better? Who wants to get sick and run around trying to find the right person to pray for them so they can get healed? Oh, well, I'll go see this healing preacher, and maybe if I can get in line, he can lay his hands on me and he can pray for me and I'll be healed. And that person still dies of cancer. Okay, what if healing is good? Healing is real. But what if there's a higher truth? What if the higher truth is Genesis 1:29? Eat a plant-based diet because that's what your body runs off of. That's what you prosper and you can live on, and you don't have to be sick. I have learned this in the last 2 or 3 years. Nobody has to be sick if they're willing to change. And they are completely in charge of what they put in their body, whether it's the wrong food, whether it's prescription drugs to help you make your way through bad choices that you could easily change. Guys, heart disease, diabetes, breathing issues, all of these things, guys, most of the time, it's all on what we're eating. Our body cannot function properly. We can't walk in health, okay? My prayer is that people will come to a deeper understanding that we can walk in health through the foods that we eat. And then, if we do get sick, yes, we can still lay hands on the sick, speak it forth. All of those are truth. But healing and begging God to heal someone, or even speaking it as a done deal, in the name of Jesus, you are healed, you were healed, all of those are truths. But what if they're the lower level truths, kind of like an emergency plan? When the upper level, top shelf knowledge, knowing is you are the temple of God, and you should not put in your temple what God would not want you to put in it. And he said in the very beginning, his first command to us about our diet, not what the Israelites did, and he made a concession for them. And that's what we do. We go over to what fits us. And it's like, oh, well, he said I could eat meat, so I'm going to eat meat. How about let's just go back to the beginning, all the way back, and say, okay, Father, this is what you created me to eat. This is what I'm going to thrive on, and this is how I can walk in health. See, that is a deeper understanding of how to walk in health. So you don't have to chase some healing ministry around to try to get yourself healed. And you're always talking to that thing all the time, because what caused you to be sick is still being put in your body. I hope that makes sense. So for the rest of my time, I've been here for about 6 minutes, 6:45. And today I want to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to tell you a funny. Is that okay? Because I'm a comedian. Most people do not know how much fun I have, okay? Because I'm so serious when I teach, because I do respect the Word of God. I respect what I'm supposed to be teaching. But I love to laugh and play. I was always a jokester as a young woman, a young kid. And so my good buddy came over to visit me today, right? I've known her for 30 years. And so many times I get to teach her as a comedian, because she don't judge me as, okay, you're being disrespectful to God. But today I'm going to share a funnier side of faith, the funny faith, if you'll let me. I was talking to her a little bit about the Noahic flood, and that, we read Genesis chapter 9, and that, well, God's flooded the earth now, and there's nothing on earth to eat now. And he's like going, oh my goodness, I didn't plan this out. What are they going to eat? So they have this emergency meeting in heaven, right? And so they're sitting around talking about this. And he's like, well, I was just so upset, and I got so angry, I just flooded the place. And, I remember telling them to get enough seed and put it on the boat so that Noah, his family, and all the animals would have plenty to eat. So nobody had to kill anybody. No cannibalism, nothing on the boat. But I didn't think past that. I gave them enough food for a year, and now the boat has docked on dry land, guys, and there's nothing to eat. There's no vegetation or anything. So God, believe it or not, now this is what we're talking, God goes into emergency mode. He's like going, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? There's nothing to eat. There's nothing to eat. What are we going to do? And somebody, one of the angels who failed, 101 class, said, I got an idea, Lord. Yes, I would love an idea now. I got 8 people and animals starving because I didn't plan this out very well. I'm just one of those run by the seat of my pants kind of guys. And I just didn't think about it. And the angel says, well, why don't you let them just slit the throat of them animals and eat them animals? And God said, what a great idea. We need meat, don't we? And so God tells Noah, look, you know what? I destroyed the earth. There's no food for you to eat. I didn't have you bring enough food on the ark. So Noah, I know that you probably don't want to do this, but what I need you to do is start just killing all the animals and eating them. And God initiated meat eating because he didn't pre-plan the flood. Now, guys, on that side of me making light, fun, comedian, my friend and I are laughing and cutting up about it, right? Because it is light with the two of us, and I learned so much because I can let my hair down and be funny. God did not have an emergency, oh my goodness, I didn't plan this out, and now I'm going to perpetually start having human beings slaughter animals because I was too dumb to figure out something. He fed 3 million Israelites going around in circles for 40 years, letting bread, not dead meat, bread fall down from heaven to feed them. But he can't feed eight people off of a boat. So he can't feed 8 people without causing violence and taking life. But he can figure out a way to feed 3 million stiff-necked, stubborn Israelites going around in circles in a desert for 40 years. Guys, sometimes, we're just sold a bill of goods and we just don't think about what we're being taught. Here's where I'm at with all of the Noahic flood and all of that. I do not for even 1 minute believe God told Noah to kill an animal and eat it. In fact, the Apocrypha tells us right the opposite. They willfully make a vow to God that they would not do what was going on prior to the flood, which would be killing each other or killing and eating animals. They made a vow to God that they would not fight with each other, kill each other, nor would they kill animals and eat their flesh. So until Noah's dead and his 3 sons are older, and now the grandsons are angry with each other over the land division, that's when the wars broke out. That's when the killing started, and that's when they started killing and eating animals again. All of this information is right there in our Bibles. And the reason it makes sense to me, because we have an almighty God who can speak anything into existence, including food. He can speak skin into existence. Genesis chapter 3, he did not have to kill an animal. God did not look at Adam and Eve and go, oh my goodness, they sewed some leaves together. I can't let them trump me. I'm going to outdo them. And he's looking around trying to figure out what to do. And he can't think of anything. And then he sees an animal and he's like, that's what I'll do. This living being that I love and created, I'll slit its throat, skin it, sew them a coat. I know they're not cold, but they might get cold. And I'm going to make them some coats. Guys, we have just been sold a lot of lies. And I hope today, with my comedian side, because I am trying to keep it light, and let you see how ridiculous it is for us to believe some of the stuff that we believe. It's just not even reasonable when you start talking about the creator of the universe has to resort to something silly as killing an animal. To me, that's silly that God would kill an animal for skin. That is so below where he's at. And that he couldn't figure out how to feed 8 people and some animals, but he can feed 3 million Israelites and their animals, by the way. The animals that they brought out of Egypt with them as well. Let's not forget that. So what if we've just been taught the wrong way to think and the wrong way to see God? I'm going to quote you a scripture before I get off today. God said, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. May I just submit to you that what men have believed about God and him killing animals, wanting us to kill animals, sacrificing animals, eating animals, those are not his ways, and that is not his thoughts. That's fallen man's thoughts that we've wrongly believed. And here's where it comes together. If God wanted us to kill animals and eat them, why aren't animal eaters the healthiest people in the earth? Right the opposite. People who eat plant-based diets, Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, those are the healthiest, longest living people without all of these debilitating diseases, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, all of these diseases, Alzheimer's, dementia, none of these diseases, plant-based diet, Genesis 1:29. The people who are eating animal flesh, eating meat, they're the sickest. That tells me, common sense, that wasn't God's will, and he's not blessing that, guys. You can pray over your food all you want. That is not his will, and it's not his way, and it's not his thoughts, okay? Listen, I'm going to go ahead And tomorrow I'll probably regret even posting this silly video about how my friend and I laughed and talked today. But I'm going to put it up because some of y'all need to see a lighter, more funnier side of Faye. I call it the funny Faye because I do have a huge sense of humor. I love you, and I'll see you here tomorrow for a more serious teaching, okay? I love you. Bye-bye.